Hi, my Taurus friends. Thank you for joining me for the Taurus astrology forecast for November 2024. This is going to be Western tropical astrology using whole sign houses. This month is a very powerful month. It starts out with a Scorpio new moon on November 1st. And on the same day, Pluto opposes Mars, and Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. So there's a big connection there. Um, and Pluto-Mars opposition is not usually very favorable. It can bring a lot of intensity around anger, fighting, and even physical violence. It's a pretty powerful energy though, and it can also bring a lot of motivation as well. Maybe motivation to transform what's not working in your life and get rid of what's not working so that you can move forward with things that will work better for you. The first step for transformation is to let go of something. And it's important to know what to let go of. Now, with all this energy in Scorpio, or the new moon in Scorpio at least, and it's also Mercury is in Scorpio, and it's trining Mars and sextiling Pluto while it's in Scorpio. And so we have a lot of Scorpio energy, which is transformative. And like I said, the first step is to let go of something. Um, so this energy is pretty powerful, and it's important to take advantage of that as best we can. Not buy into the explosive energy that's going on around us. And when people try to start arguments, just don't let it get out of hand. Just walk away. If you keep going with something, it could really get out of hand. And I've already had this happen yesterday on the 31st, because this energy started probably a few days ago, at least. And then it will go on actually, this energy is going to be going on for quite some time until April, on and off. Well, maybe not completely off, but it will get more intense and less intense during that time. But the first time because we're going to have three of these oppositions, Pluto and Mars. And the first one is going to happen in Capricorn. Then when Pluto goes into Aquarius this month, it will not go back to Capricorn again. So the other squares will be in Aquarius. And these squares are kind of going along with the Mars retrograde. So Mars will not be out of the post-shadow retrograde until April, the end of April. And so this energy will continue until then. Like I said, it could get weaker and stronger, but we're going to have a reoccurrence of it in January and then again in April. So it's not going to completely go away until then. So, use this energy to your benefit to transform your life and bring in the things that are most important to you, the things that you really want in your life. Um, so also on November 1st, Jupiter is going to sextile Chiron, and this is a very healing energy. And especially if you initiate the healing, and a lot of times the best way to initiate healing with Chiron is to help other people that have your same sensitivities or wounds. Then Venus in Sagittarius will trine Chiron in Aries on the 5th. Venus is opposite Jupiter in Gemini the same day. So both of these aspects happening at the same time, with Venus, being the main player here. This could be a really joyful day. And it's going to be hard to see anything negative, I think, this day. It's going to be probably the best day of the month. And so it's definitely a day to initiate anything that you want to happen in your life. But keep in mind, overindulgence could be an issue with the Venus-Jupiter opposition. That's probably the only downside to that. Then when Venus squares Neptune on November 9th, things could get a little foggy. You might not be able to see everything that's going on, especially around debt and taxes or inheritance. So, try to hold off on dealing with any of that stuff for a few days around November 9th. Then Venus will go into Capricorn on the 11th. And that can bring a lot of joy and inspiration in your career and public image, teaching, higher education, or travel or philosophy. So take advantage of that, and it can bring stability too in those areas of your life. Mercury will square Saturn on November 12th. Now that could bring in some difficulties around communication, some blockages around communication, and maybe slowdowns. And it could also bring that energy towards to travel, higher education, and your beliefs, and especially where friends are involved. Friends or networks or networks that you're part of, or like-minded people that you associate with. So yeah, maybe just be a little cautious on the 12th. And then on the 14th, Venus squares the North Node in Aries and Mars trines the North Node. That can bring a lot of motivation to, really doing what it is that you want to do. I mean, I think in a lot of us in our life are told what we need to do and convinced that we should go a certain way, and we have to get a job and work. We can't start our own business. We can't do what we want to do. We have to do what the family has done or what the family expects you to do. And that conditioning can stay with us for a long time. But it's important for us to learn to follow our own path and do what makes us happy in our life, and not do what somebody tells us we should do necessarily. And these aspects can help with that, can help bring about things that you want to do and help you do what you want. Then the Taurus full moon on the 15th is Taurus full moon is usually very grounding and stabilizing, but this one is probably not going to be, because Uranus is conjunct the moon, and Uranus can bring sudden changes and unexpected changes. Then the sun will square Neptune on the 18th. So it's going to shine a light on hidden things and things that are out of our control, especially with friends and groups of like-minded people, and networks. And it can be technology as well. And then on the 18th, Mercury will trine Chiron, helping you heal wounds through communication, or psychotherapy is a good way to heal wounds, or you can help healing your wounds by helping other people in that area with communication or whatever. Then on November 19th, Pluto goes back into Aquarius, and it will never be in Capricorn again. So until the 19th, we can still create transformation in the area of career and public image. But once it leaves Capricorn, it's going to be a lot harder to create that transformation. So this is kind of our last chance effort. And then after that, it's going to, Pluto will be in Aquarius, and we've had a taste of that already a couple of times. Earlier this year, it was Pluto is in Aquarius for a few months, so we might have an idea what that feels like so far. Then on the 19th, the sun will trine Mars, and it'll bring focus on what needs to be done in our home or in the neighborhood. On November 21st, the sun will trine Pluto, and that can bring out, again, hidden things. Because Pluto does like to bring up taboo things or things we don't want to look at into the light when the sun is trying it. And then on the same day, Venus will sextile Saturn, and that can help stabilize relationships. But the sextile doesn't bring it automatically. You have to do some work to get there. Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius on November 25th until December 15th. It's been in pre-shadow since November 9th, or it will be in pre-shadow from November 9th. And what that means is that when Mercury retrogrades on December 15th, when it ends its retrograde, it will be back at where it was on November 9th. So basically that area, Mercury is going to go back over a few times. And so you're going to have the opportunity to redo anything that you did during that time. And especially pertaining to debt, investments, and inheritance, money from your business. And it can also affect your psychological health. So that's all I have for Taurus for November. Make sure you like or subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And go to my website at logicalastrology.com, and you can see other readings, weekly readings, monthly readings that are free. And you can also book a personal reading with me, so that you can get more information that's more specific to you, because a general reading is for a lot of people, and it doesn't always, all these aspects do not really affect everybody. So that way you'll be able to see more of what is going on with your chart specifically. Have a great rest of your month, and I'll see you next month.